Hey Fae folk, welcome and welcome back. So as I'm sure you can guess, we're going to be taking a look at the 7th Skulltimate Secrets line from Monster High today, the gorgeous Oasis line. Now, I just need to say, first of all, I really hope that Reese doesn't knock any of these over, because she's chilling out behind here. She's hiding, and I really hope she doesn't knock any of these over. If I seem not good, if I seem a little bit weird, I came down here to the basement to film and I saw an enormous bug. I like want to cry thinking about it. I don't like bugs, clearly. Huge, enormous. I genuinely don't know if that thing was a spider or a monster cricket. It looked like both came together and had a baby, and it was jumping. And I valiantly tried to kill it, and all I succeeded in doing was scaring it into my downstairs bathroom. And now I can't go in there. Now I can't go in there, and I keep looking over. Like, I feel crazy, but I keep looking over because I'm just like, if it comes out, I have to be ready to kill, and I have to get it right this time. Like, I can't be calm. I can't be calm knowing that thing's in the house. So we're a little bit frazzled, but on with the video we go. So as I said, we're going to be talking about the gorgeous Oasis line from Skulltimate Secrets. I did do an entire video where I looked at all like the stock photos for these dolls and just sort of discussed my thoughts on a lot about the locker and each of the individual dolls and just talked about how excited I was. So I'm not going to rehash like too much of that. Like, at least to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to lock in and not just repeat literally everything that I said. But we are going to be unboxing all of these dolls today. I want to say my favorite, I don't even, okay, this one's Lagoona. I had to look at the color of the little bit of suitcase that I can see here. I think my favorites are Lagoona first, Jinafire second, and Draculaura third. We're going to see if that changes by the time that I'm done doing the unboxing. Looking here, you can see what the front of the container box looks like. I mean, it's, you know, pretty standard, I would say. The back is the same for all of them, just showing the different characters that are available. Set that down very gently. So let's go ahead and go over my rubric scores, and then we're going to get into unboxing them and how I'm going to do that, because with the Skulltimate Secrets, especially since this is a new locker design, I do want to actually, you know, show some of the unboxing, so we'll figure that out in a moment. But onto the scores. So going with Draculaura first, she got a 3 for emotion, a 5 for need to customize, and quality, because these dolls do have saran hair. Thank you, Mattel, for not using poly again. That's fabulous. Number of pieces I like, she gets a 4, mostly because of one of her pairs of shoes. Don't love that. And then uniqueness, I did only give her a 3, just because, like, she is unique to me, but also Draculaura is produced so often that, like, I can't pretend she's that unique. You know, like, she's unique in the sense that she has pieces and an outfit and a design that I do feel is different enough from anything else in my collection to want, but, like, she is still another Draculaura doll. So she does have the lowest score with 20 points, but that is still respectable and still means that I was, like, chill to buy her. These are, like, around $30 to $32. I got mine off Amazon. I know they've been popping up in Targets, and I think they're on the Target website too here in the US, so they're rolling out here. Anyway, back to the rubric. Sorry, I'm quite frazzled, obviously. On to Lagoona. Lagoona got a 4 for emotion, a 5 for need to customize, quality, and number of pieces I like, and then a 4 for uniqueness, because I do think compared to other Lagoona dolls from G3, she just stands out more compared to, like, how Draculaura stands up to other Draculauras. So she got a score of 23. And then finally, Jinafire got a 4 for emotion, a 5 for need to customize and quality, a 4 for number of pieces I like, and a 4 for uniqueness. So just a little bit under Lagoona there. She gets a 22, which does mean that each of these dolls was, like, chill for me to buy, which is always a nice feeling. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to unbox them in, like, reverse current favorite order. So we're going to go Draculaura first, then Jinafire, then Lagoona. I'm going to go ahead and do, like, I'll take off the cardboard outside here, but I will do some of the unboxing for Draculaura on camera so that you guys can get, like, a feel for how the locker is. And then these two, I'm just going to unbox completely off screen, but we will obviously still be discussing everything they come with. We'll show you both, like, looks that each doll comes with. This one's going to be a long one, if you couldn't tell. So, strap in, buckle up, grab a snack. Hopefully this will be super fun. I'm going to get prepared. Okay, got this out of the cardboard casing. The bug has not reappeared, so I cannot, in fact, fight my nemesis in hand-to-hand combat just yet. So we're going to focus on the doll. So this is what the outside packaging looks like once you get off the cardboard bit here. So for now, the lockers for Skulltimate Secrets, like for this series, are little suitcases. It does make me very, very curious because the first three were the coffin lockers, then the second three series were those god-awful escalator things, and now we have a suitcase. So I'm like, are the next two also going to be travel themed and just like destinations? I literally have not even gotten these out of the box, and I'm already like, oh, I can't wait for wave 8. But I just like am excited about it. So on the front here, you've got like a little cardboard panel that just has some decoration. You know, it's got Draculaura's name and then her skeleton and like some little art there, which I do think is cute. The key clips in to this little like divot here, and then you can unlock it. Before we do that, we do have the handle on the top. This can like fold down. It isn't like full on the other side, but I guess that helps it lay flat. I don't know. It's whatever. We do unfortunately already have a complaint. Yeah, I think you can see that okay. I was double checking the camera to make sure that that was visible, but the entire back with the art and everything, like it's got Draculaura holding this key. It's like a little Polaroid. It's very cute. Riddled with tea ties. And like, here's my big beef. Okay, actually, you know what? I'll let y'all see. I'll let y'all see that while I rant away. I hate tea ties. Everyone who collects dolls, I feel like, hates tea ties because it's just like asinine. They get in the way. That being said, sometimes I can understand at least some of them. I do think when they put tea ties through fragile clothing, that's just such utter bullshit. But I can understand to a certain degree, like, oh, you want the doll to stand up and box so she can be displayed. Let's put a tea tie around her waist. Let's do this, that, or the other so that the doll stays in box as she's supposed to during transit. Because some people do like to collect dolls in box, and also, you know, you want to make sure that on store shelves, the box has like shelf appeal. I get it to a certain extent. Sorry, what fucking doll are we trying to make sure has shelf appeal? Because you know what I don't see? A doll. So tell me why. One, why would you even bother putting art back here if you're just going to tea tie it? Like, just don't. Like, it literally is so pointless to have this in the back if you're just going to ruin it with all these fuck-ass tea ties. Two, why the hell are you putting in this many tea ties for a doll that we can't see in the box? She doesn't need to look good. I understand she needs to, like, not get messed up. Like, you don't want her to just be, like, loose in here. But for the love of God, you don't need this many tea ties to keep a doll from falling around the box. And you don't need her to look nice and posed and pretty in a box that you can't see her anyway. I'm genuinely mad about this because it's just like, what is the point? And also because this is cardboard and you can see the tea ties, that tells me the other side of this cardboard is the backing for the inside of the box that has all this pretty art on it that I want to keep. So now I have to be super fucking careful. And I'm just, we're trying to stay positive. I was checking for the monster again. If you hear at any point my voice getting like a little bit further away, it's because I'm leaning away from the mic to see if that demon cricket is coming back. Wowee, what a chaotic video. So yeah, that, I hate it. I hate it so much. But there's obviously nothing I can do about it as far as this line goes. We can just hope that maybe if like they continue to do this locker style for subsequent releases, they fucking think. Jesus, I'm so mad about that. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, let's take a deep breath actually to like calm down. Let's try to regain some of the positive energy that I had in the intro. Okay. In an effort to be positive, I will say that outside of the tea ties on the back, I think this is a perfectly unassuming and perfectly nice case. It's not the nicest case ever, but like I don't want most of the budget going to the case. So I'd rather have a slightly more boring and functional case and make sure that the doll inside looks good. So that's fine. Whew. Here we go. Opening up. I haven't opened her at all yet because like this one I said I wanted to do it on camera. Ta-da! Okay, first thing, hold on. I have to check her face. We'll look at her in more in-depth later. I don't know if she's wonky. I think she's okay. If she's wonky, it's beyond my capabilities to tell. So it's fine. So this side here, we've got all our cute little art of like her and her friends on vacation. I do think that this is quite adorable. Like I think it's pretty because you can take this out. Like it's just cardboard. You don't have to keep it in if you don't like how this looks. And I mean, you'd rather it just be an open hole, I guess, because like this is definitely connected. But you can if you wanted to, or if you wanted to like just cover it up with something else if you want to just use this for storage and you don't really care about the decoration. You know, there is that, but I think it's really, really cute. But then we have Draculaura over here. So she's floating, tea-tied to hell and back. All of this stuff is tea-tied in, and I feel like that just didn't, surely that was unnecessary. But now we get to do maybe my least favorite thing. And I have to unbox stuff on camera. I really genuinely thought that, like, oh, maybe the bags at least will be loose so I can just rip those open and it'll be, nope. So now you guys get to watch me struggle to do basic tasks. I think we're gonna just pull out all of this stuff. And then the doll herself, I'm gonna unbox off camera because that is truly not something that I need to deal with. Is that one or two? See, like, this is 2 rubber bands. You can't convince me that that was necessary. I'm sorry. I just don't, I'm not buying it. Ooh, there's no sound. I think he's empty. But yeah, like this, like I just, why did you need to do all of that? Whatever. I don't want to like have this video just be nothing but complaining, but also y'all know I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Oh, this one wasn't even closed. Okay. First of all, I want to take a look at this little guy. This is like a little carry-on luggage, it seems. He's got little wheels. They don't wheel, but they're molded in there. That's pretty cute. It's her skelet. It is faintly shimmery. My light is not helping in terms of getting you to be able to see it, but it is faintly shimmery. That's cute. There's like a lock here, but can I just, okay, yeah, I can just open it. Oh, there was something in here. Why is it done like that? Okay, so this is like her little belt, like waist bead situation, but it's buckled up like inverse. Like it's, see the shimmery side is too far. That's weird. Okay. I feel like that's gonna make it, yeah, now it's like curling up. Hello? Like I'm gonna have to heat this up to get it to lay right. See how it keeps popping back? You probably can't. Shit. I didn't even think about the fact that Draculaura is certainly going to pull focus. Okay. Let's see if that's better. Sorry, girly. Locked you back in. Okay. This is like the side of the belt that you want to see, right? Because it's got the decor and the painted detail. But because of how it was packaged, it just keeps like inverting. So now I'm going to have to like boil this. Not literally boil. I'm going to have to heat it up in hot water so that it'll stay. That's asinine. Wow. Man, I started off so full of hope and happiness, and God, now I gotta take my flannel off. I'm hot. Ugh. Ugh. What is this? So far, not doing great. Like I said, there's a keyhole here. I'm assuming there's a key. It's literally in front of my face. That's crazy. It clearly wasn't necessary, and even when you turn it, it doesn't like do anything. I guess it's just, you can put it in there. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing for sure. I'm so cooked. Okay, let's go with what else is in her suitcase, and then we'll look at her suitcase. So first we've got a pair of shoes. I don't know why these are in a separate baggie, but okay. So these are the reason I was like, she doesn't get full points for pieces I like. I like the concept of some of this shoe. I just don't think it works with the doll. And like, you'll see what I mean when we get further into the review process. This purpley color has a really interesting shimmer to it. It's like almost a yellow shimmer. And I do think that's very pretty. I just don't think this matches with anything that she comes with. And like the yellow, like cork question mark. Like I get what they're going for. And I don't think I would have hated these shoes if she had a more purpley color scheme, but these don't match anything else that she comes with. So like, they're definitely not the worst shoes ever. I don't hate them in a vacuum. I just don't like them for this doll. Hopefully that makes sense. I am a bit worried this is distracting the focus, so we're just going to completely get rid of that. Next up, we have got, oh, I had thought from the promo images that this was a skirt, but it is in fact shorts, like a little sort of brocade pattern on here. I see a bat. There's like some sort of cage that's interesting. There's a rose there, like a little branch. Fascinating. We vibing with it. I do think that this is a very, very pretty fabric, and I am really excited to get these on here because even though I thought they were a skirt, even as shorts, I still think these are going to look really, really pretty with, you know, everything else that she comes with and just on the doll herself. So then this is her bandana. Wow, it's so big. It's so much bigger than I thought it would. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Y'all. I didn't even like mention it in that first video I made on these dolls, but the one thing that I was thinking about was like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to like tie this. Like this is small scale. It's going to be a pain in the butt to try to tie this around everything. There's Velcro. Thank you, Mattel. We have another positive. I'm very interested too to see like how many places I can get this to fit on the doll. I'm just so interested. It is quite wrinkled. I sort of wish that they had just like folded it nicely, you know, like that. It still would have fit. I don't know. I just question mark. But the print is really, really pretty. All these roses, gorgeous. Perhaps not like the most Draculaura could be, but I still do think this is really nice. And honestly, I kind of feel like maybe doing the roses is like they're trying to make her stand out a little bit instead of just doing like the vampire, like the bat over and over and over and over. Maybe they're like, okay, well, roses are sort of also, you know, connected to like gothic romanticism. So maybe that's what they're going for. I don't really care. I think it's really cute. I'm excited about this piece. And then lastly, for the suitcase is her little cardigan. This feels crazy. Hold on. I've been so nosy about this, trying to figure out how on earth they achieved this. And it's not knit. I thought like maybe it was knit. I think it's just been like cut. Oh yeah, my camera is like not having it. It's not not designed for like microscopic looks. But I think it's just been cut. Fascinating. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just nosy. Looks wise though, this is very cute. I do think it looks sort of silly goofy, just like hanging out here. But I think on the doll, this is going to look really, really cool. This was like one of the pieces I was most excited for. And honestly, this is I was also nervous about if it would break, like if this would be a very, very fragile piece just because it looks fragile. But like, she's good so far. So, okay, props to them on that one. Okay, then taking a look at the suitcase itself, clearly it opens up. That's pretty obvious. And then this is the outside. That looks like the vampire heart. That looks like glances at vampire heart Draculaura off screen. That is the vampire heart. Am I not right? This is the only other thing that's like even close to this purpley tone. And honest to God, on camera, they look like they're almost the same color. Even in person, though, you can tell that it's certainly different. But it is really pretty and shimmery. And I think, yeah, this doesn't go up and down. But like, that's okay. This clips on. So like she's got her luggage, her little carry-on. She can get... I don't need it, but it is cute. I'll take it. Then we've got a couple of bags. This is most of her clothes. Okay, whatever. We're going to find out together. Now y'all know damn well you don't need to put plastic bags inside of paper bags. Come on. Like, I don't know. I guess at that point, I'm just like, what was the point of the paper bag to begin with? If you're just going to put 3 plastic bags inside. I get they're separating the accessories, but even just like one plastic bag. I don't... Am I just a hater, guys? Am I just upset because the packaging set me off to a bad spot and I keep having to check for a stupid cricket? So this is like a little room tag. Has the number 13 on it. It like clips together. Hold on. Do I put both keys on it? Is that weird? Because this key is like so... I'm not going to put this key on it. Because this one like makes sense. And then I guess I could like wrap it around this. But then that's going to be backwards. Am I even on screen? I'm so like disoriented today. That cricket thing really... I have to say cricket so like I don't lose my mind. Because if it's a spider, I'll throw up. This isn't, that it's fine. You can sort of see what I was going with, but like, frankly, this is going to be a long enough video and I just like don't need to be doing. We have two hangers. They're there. They're sort of pieces that I accept I have to have in order to get to own the doll. Here are Draculaura's little sunglasses. I don't even remember from the stock images, like, did they have this painting on them the whole time? I literally don't even know. But they're there. I don't feel like they're particularly remarkable, but maybe I'll feel differently once they're on the doll. We shall see. Either way, they're there. They're cute. They're not bad. I just like, they're there. This, though, is a piece that I was very excited about. So this is her like clip-on sort of corset chest piece. I love this. I love the colors. I guess this is purple too. So I kind of lied. But like, whatever. This is really fun though. I do think this is just such a clever way to transform a top. And I think the printing on it with like all of the color details really makes it not just feel like, here's a piece of plastic. Like, it is, here's a piece of plastic, but at least they did something to it. So it has some sort of decoration. I'm excited to try that on her. And then the last thing from this bag was her fan. And here is what that looks like. It is truly like a very beautiful piece. Little heart-shaped fan. It's not colored on the back. It does have a thumb hole. It's cute, y'all. Like, it's something simple, but it's a really nice little accessory to me. Then we have the last bag. Oh, something has fallen. It was one of her shoes. Okay, let's just get the piece that has the plastic all over it out of the way. Maybe? Dang, this one's like tight. I actually need my crappy little scissors to... All right, so this piece is her bag. See, this is what I mean. Like, I don't mind this either, but I'm just like, these two don't come, not together. I don't know. Am I a hater? This is just very red. I do like the printing on the front though. It looks like it's, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to tell, but it looks almost like they've tried to do like a cross stitching sort of pattern on it, or like something artsy craftsy. I don't know. It's very interesting. I will say I hate how this just disappears. Like, that's crazy. I get that, like, to save money, they didn't want to print the whole thing, but you needed to at least print this up through here where there's like the sculpted panel that ends on the back, because that just looks, it just looks silly. Like, it's going to be okay from the front view, but if you see even a glimpse of the top or the side, y'all, I was so excited and now I keep finding problems. It's okay. It's okay. We move on. This is also just the first. We have Lagoona and Jinafire. We can do this. I feel like I've been talking forever and I'm still not done. So let me hurry up a little bit. This is just another key. This one fits into the suitcase. Like, it's not bad. It's cute that like they have it. I think for kids or anyone who like is more inclined to play with their dolls, that might be more fun. Or maybe you just like love the idea of doing a setup with all the luggage, and that's fine too. I'm not judging y'all. It's just, I don't really care about the luggage aspect as much, so I'm sort of breezing through that. Sorry. These are little shelves that will clip into the background. We'll show that in a minute here. And then they do have little hooks so that you can hang the hangers on them or like the purse on them. So that is cute. I do think that this is like a nice little touch for display purposes, so you can kind of like display her extra pieces without having another doll to put them on. I think that that's quite nice. And then the last thing that was in that bag was her second pair of shoes. So these are, okay, they're falling is what they are. These are a pearlescent white, no painted detail, which is like a little disappointing. They also have like the vampire heart on the back, and you can't even tell because my light is just not vibing with it. But I do think these are like pretty cute despite not having the most detail on them as far as painting. Like, they definitely have sculpt work on there. They're cutie. I'm excited to try these on her because I don't like the other ones. So if these don't work, I'm going to have to go to my stash of Draculaura shoes. I don't know why I said it that way. Oh, okay. I'm high-key losing my mind. In any case, I think that's, yes, that's everything that she comes with besides the doll herself. I can't really talk about the background because she's in the way. So let me carefully, painstakingly deal with this situation, and I'll be right back. Okay, after many trials and tribulations, I have now prepared everything. So hopefully the rest of the video will be nice and easy and smooth. So here's the full inside of Draculaura's box. You can see over here that I've put in the shelves, there's these little nubbins that you can slide them onto, and there are two on each side. So you do also get to like customize the placement of the shelves, which I do think is just like a cute little extra thing, right? Like it's not necessary. They definitely could have just been like, hey, you put the shelves on this side. I do like the fact that you get some choice in that. And I still think that this is beautiful. It'd be more beautiful if it wasn't covered in holes, but it's still beautiful. Like I still really like the background. I just think that was insane. And also tell me why there were still three tea ties in this doll's hair. You know what wasn't necessary? In a box where you can't see the doll. Tea ties in the doll's hair. Could have just done like a strap around the neck and called it a day. Anyway, that's fine. So that's going to be it for Draculaura's little box here. Now, I did only put on shoes for her for this like first look at her, and then we will put the other things on her for her second outfit to kind of see how that looks. Let's take a look at Miss Draculaura. We did already see her face, but now I'm commentating on it. There's a very slight ombre to her lips, and I do love that. Like it just adds the tiniest bit of dimension. Very cutie. Her makeup is gorgeous. Like the gray with the spider webbing underneath her like eye. Shut up. Very cute. I feel like she has slightly longer bangs than normal. Am I crazy? I'm trying to look at my other Draculauras. Maybe just ever so slightly longer bangs than normal. Very blunt, very gelled. With the way that they did the gel though, like I don't know if it's just me or if everyone has this. The rest of her hair is a little bit sticky because there's just so much gel in it. Like this is a G3 doll. They don't get glue head. This feels like a G1 Draculaura with glue head. Not bad glue head, but certainly she is sticky, and I will be having to give her a full wash because this is just not. This is not going to work out. This is not going to work for my little sensory things, but that's okay. We can fix that. Looking at the rooting, it's interesting because like it feels so sleek that it almost feels thin, but like that's good rooting. So I can't complain in that regard. She's got these little like tassel earrings, so it's like hearts with tassels that I do think is quite cute. And then she has this high-necked top. She was like off kilter. There we go. Little high neck top. This piece here is like a vinyl / like pleather sort of situation. And then we do have a little shimmery detail on here that is also sort of vaguely purple. So I guess at this point I'm just like a straight up liar about the purple. I guess I just don't like it this way. I don't know why the shoes stand out so much to me. They just really, it's not working. But this is working. I think this is really cute. We've got roses and spider webs and some bats that are flying and some bats that are like hanging and just chilling out. I love that. I think that that's genuinely very, very cute. And then for her first skirt, we've got like a sort of layered tulle moment. So you can vaguely see that like this red piece is like more sheer and there's a deeper slightly purple like wine color underneath, and I really love that layering effect because like they could have just gotten a fabric that is roughly this color, right? But the fact that it is layered on there just adds some depth, and it adds like some shine almost in some places where the red seems stronger. I really like that. It's very subtle. It's still a relatively simplistic piece in the sense that it doesn't have like metallic foiling on it, but it looks really nice. And then to have the pink, oh, there you can see it's straight up purple. I literally don't want to talk about the color purple the rest of this video, okay? I know Jinifire's wearing like 90%. We're just gonna pretend I didn't say a single thing about the purple on Dracula. Deal. Anyway, the pink, I think that that's really cute, ruffled all the way along the bottom. I like that we've got this funky, like asymmetrical waist cut, and it's also a little bit on the hemline, but it's like more noticeable at the waistline, and I just think that that's fun. Here are her shoes. I still don't like them on. So sorry. So sorry. I just don't think they match. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Honestly, what if it's the yellow? What if I'm sitting here? I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. What if I'm sitting here complaining about the purple and it's the yellow that's the problem? Maybe I'll whip out my black paint pen and make the base black and see what happens. Problem for later though. So that is her as she comes before we, okay, girly. Now you are going in timeout. I was going to try to be nice. Anyway, before we look at her second outfit, I'm going to show you the lockers and what Jinafire and Lagoona come with, and then we'll look at Jinafire and Lagoona's first outfits, and then we can look at all of their second outfits sort of all in a row. I'm going to be talking a lot less about their lockers, so I promise it gets easier from here on out. So looking at Miss Lagoona's locker first, because she is the one who had the locker that was sitting on the ground closest to me. This is what the front looks like. Quite similar to Draculaura's, but of course, Lagoona. And then on the inside, we again have the Polaroids over here. I still think this is so cute. This picture is fascinating to me though, because the colors don't feel accurate. Even if it's like, oh, it's nighttime, like they're gonna look, they still don't feel accurate to the pieces that they come with. It doesn't matter. I'm not even upset. I'm just fascinated by the whole situation. Also, this is like a stock photo of sand or something, and then there's like art. It's kind of funny how it's been done. Like just, and even this, holy shit, hold on. Do you see that? That's the camera that came with Monster Fest Lagoona, and I honestly think that that's straight up a photograph. I think that's a photograph too, and then these are drawings. How strange. Oh my god, I thought I saw the bug again, and I didn't. Guys, I'm so paranoid. How am I supposed to live down here if I don't kill that thing? Anyway, this other side, again, we already know it's messed up. It's fine. I like the art a lot. Like, I do think the art is really pretty. Okay, I guess it is like sort of similar stylistically. The chairs are the exact same almost. This, for some reason, just felt like it had more detail than Lagoona's, but I think I'm just crazy. Not that it's like essential. It doesn't really matter that much. I forgot to put her shelves in. Okay, we'll demonstrate. But yeah, I still think the art's really cute. Still think the background being full of holes is stupid. Here are her shelves. I'm going to put mine all in the same place because it'll really bother me if I don't. So we're doing one up there. And then see this bit that just slides on to there. And bam, now she's got shelves. So that's her locker. There's all her goodies. I'm in a mood today, y'all. Here are her two pieces of luggage. I do apologize if like I'm going through some of this a little bit quickly, but I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. Like I need to be quicker talking about Lagoona's stuff. I'm not like trying to not pay attention. I'm just personally more bored by this, so I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about the luggage because like I already talked about Draculaura's luggage and this is same thing, different font. So like it's not ugly. Like it's not that I'm like this is stupid and I hate it. I just have priorities. So there's that. We have a couple of hangers again. We have 3 whole keys plus a room key. I guess they're all staying in room 13. Must be a suite with multiple beds. Chill. Now we can get into some of the actually fun stuff. So these sunglasses are crazy because I'm like did not really care about these in the stock photos. Dare I say I even sort of disliked them in the stock photos, but now these go crazy. Like they just feel so different in person. I'm really excited to try those on her. 2 pairs of shoes here. So this first one is bright pink with a little painted like pearl detailing. I really love the sculpt of these, y'all. The shells on the heels, the swirl, like this is so good. So pretty. I'm curious. Oh, okay, it opens up here. I was like, how do you get her foot in that? But yeah, it's like slit up the back. Very cutie. Her second set of shoes is just this silver set with the toe ring. With the toe ring. Our toe ring's coming back. Can you guys tell me I'm not cool anymore? So like, okay. I was never cool, confession. But I'm certainly not cool enough to know if toe rings are back in. But are they? Because they were cool when I was like young, and for some reason it was like a point of contention, I think, as to whether I should be wearing toe rings as like a elementary schooler. Toe ring shoes, I want to clarify. Why am I saying all this? Anyway, the sculpting on these is also like diabolical in the best way. Look at that ledge. Like this entire section here is sculpted out. Like it's like half hollow. It's incredible. I'm baffled by these shoes. Like that shit is so sick. Her fan here. See what I mean about the colors? It's different. It's cute though. It's like a little wheel with some coral or something growing on there. Very cutie. She's got her little cardigan situation, which even more so than Draculaura's is sort of like bunching up. But so excited to try that on. Her chest piece is a seashell. One of you guys pointed out in the last video that I did that this is like the lesbian flag, and now I can't unsee it, and I love it. Love that for her. Like, I do think that her and Gil are very cute in G3. Okay, I do. I think that Gil is a cutie patootie in G3. But also lesbian flag. Hell yeah. We love to see it. Here is her bandana. Again, Velcroed. Very cute with like the anchors and tentacles and everything. The bandanas are like the highlight, honestly, of this. I think these are so cool. Here is her skirt. This is the back, but it was like folded weird. So now there's a crease down the middle. And it's just like, it's so small. But it is a little irritating. Am I crazy for getting upset about that? I just wish they'd paid more attention to how these items were packaged, I guess. But this is another like brocade style fabric. I cannot tell what this is supposed to be. I don't really care. It's cute. It's got like the teensiest little slit here. It is cute. Even if I don't know what it is, it looks good. But then her bag. I love this bag so much. I just think this is so unreal cute. The sculpting is like one of those like wicker bags. So pretty. I've even seen shell bags shaped like this that are made out of wicker. But like this color, so good. It is not printed on the back either, but I think this looks significantly better. One, because it at least feels like it has a natural endpoint, but also I think the fact that these colors are so light and pastel-y makes it a lot better than Draculaura's bag for me. I love that one. Very, very cute. Let me gather all of her things. And then we can look at Miss Lagoona. I did just realize I was supposed to talk about Jinafire first. I said that in the intro. Too late now. So I want like 17 of her. The forehead scales look so good in this new style. That is so pretty. And this hair, I think I said this in my last video on these, but I'm going to say it again. This needs to be Lagoona's default hair. This is so, this light blue with the bits of blonde, like it's mostly blue. This is so just unreal, next level, gorgeous. And her face, it's so different from the other screenings we've gotten from G3 so far, but it is so pretty. It makes me want to vomit, y'all. I love her. She's so good. She's so good. She's got like fish hook earrings, and I guess this is like bait hanging off, but it's like decorative bait. It's very pretty. As far as the thickness of the hair, I didn't even like think about it because I'm just so blown away by how gorgeous it is. Very thick. Very thick. Like I'm having trouble. There we go. There's scalp. Sorry, my camera's like not focusing today at all. I think I'm gonna have to wash her hairs too, just to like make it a little bit less messy, but I'm also kind of nervous because she's got this real cute, like beachy little wave going on. And I'm gonna have to find a way to replicate that because it's just too perfect. Moving on down though, she's got a dark blue halter top with like a silvery holographic design printed all over. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The skirt does still have the layering, but it's like black, and I do think it's a little bit less clear than the layering on Draculaura's. That being said, I still think it's very cute. Like, I still think this is a nice skirt. Is it supposed to, well, okay, we can judge based on the Velcro. So it is supposed to sit like fully to the side. So it's not really the same shape as Draculaura's. We do like it. Now, oh shit, hold on. Let me put on at least a pair of shoes for her. Good God. Okay, there we go. Now her little feeties are where they should be. This is the new leg style for Lagoona, and I was a little bit nervous about this patterning on the knees when I last talked about these. Honestly, though, in person, I think in the photos, the color didn't feel like it was a good match necessarily. Like it kind of felt like the color of her legs was so drastically different to the color of these little spots. But in person, I feel like it looks a lot better. Even actually looking on camera, the camera is showing these two things as drastically different colors. I can assure you in person, they're not exactly the same. I feel like it's almost impossible to get it exactly the same because this is translucent. So like it's going to always have a little bit of what's behind it coming through, but it is very, very close in person, the paint versus the translucent leg. So that's nice. That like alleviates some of my worries. I definitely think it looks honestly very natural, very cutie. And then there's her little shoes on. I just love the silhouette that it gives, like this little like ledge indent. That's so weird and unique and fun. Love that for her. Oh, I forgot half of her junk up here. Last one, let's talk about Jinafire. So here's the outside of Jinafire's box. Again, same sort of situation, just recolored, different assets to look like it's themed to Jinafire. And then here we have the inside. Again, very similar, kind of in all regards. Like, I really, truly am not trying to just not pay attention. But also, it really is just like, it's the same, but different. So that's going to be her little container here. I forgot the shelves again, but like you get the drill. It's going to be fine. So she has gold shelves. I don't know why there's like an indent. Oh, I guess it's just showing up more because it's like reflective maybe. It's fine. Then this is her luggage. Same sort of situation, except interestingly, this time the suitcase is not what's like shimmery. This is the more shimmery piece. I just can't get enough of this color, honestly. Like the iridescent green that sort of reflects gold. That's gorgeous. I want to live in that color. She's got 2 hangers. Had to find them both. And then I try to get like the more boring pieces out of the way. Let me gather them all properly. Keys. Room tag. Their things. Now we get to be into the good stuff, the fun stuff. So here is Jinafire's fan. Again, just so gorgeously printed. It's just so pretty. I think all the fans are quite lovely in their own way. Jinafire's maybe my favorite. Why is it not focusing? I am like struggling with my camera today, y'all. Here is her bandana. The yellow, the green, the purple with little dragons and clouds. Very, very cute stuff. Then let's see. What do we want to talk about next? I'm like tossing things around as though I've already talked about them. Like I need to talk about them. I need to show them. Okay, here's Jinafire's little cardigan. Still looking nice and strong. This one has like a ribbon sewn on to the front piece. So it serves as, let's enunciate our words. So it sort of serves as like a collar or a lining, which I think is nice just because it does differentiate it a little bit more from the other two. She's got this bubble skirt that looks crazy when it's not on her. We'll see how it looks on her. It does, interestingly enough, have elastic both on the bottom and the top. So it sort of like forces it to retain the bubble shape, like it'll suck in around her legs, which I think was smart of them to do. I don't know. Okay. I know that that's not all bubble skirts because like I've seen other bubble skirts on dolls that don't have that. I don't know if this is a commonplace occurrence with real life bubble skirts, but like kind of smart, kind of works for me. I'm vibing with that. Then her one pair of shoes that I'll be showing you because I remember to put another pair on her body are these cool like floating heels with just like clouds on the side, which I do think is just so, like it just looks so sick. And the blue color in the stock photos, you really, really couldn't see the shoes super well. I thought that they were much more almost like Lagoona's hair, but you can, I'll bring her closer. They're not. They're definitely a lot more of like a periwinkle color, and I love periwinkle. So very, very cool. She has got her purse that is a flatter, cheaper version of the Fang Vote Jinafire purse that did not win, which I still think this is just such a fun little Easter egg for people who pay attention to both G3 and G1, and like anyone who wanted this purse. I think this is really, really cute. Obviously, it's not the same level of quality as we would have gotten from the Fang Vote and as we did get from the Fang Vote with the other bag, but like it's still really, really gorgeous. And then, okay, two last things. This is her chest piece. Y'all, it looks so much better in person. Like, it looked good in stock photos, but in person, you can really see all of the subtle painting on there. Like, there's some pink and some blue. I feel like only the blue is really showing up on camera, which is so heartbreaking. It looks like watercolors. Like, it is so unreal pretty. Like, I need that on her immediately. And then we've got these glasses that I was unsure of in the stock photos, but I'm being convinced. I'm being convinced. I am going to, because I want to like show for the second outfits all of like the pieces that are clipped on the chest, but I also want to show you how you can use the bandanas in different ways. So I am going to go ahead and show you like 1.5 Jinafire looks here, because we're going to go ahead and like show just how she came in the box, but then I'm also going to show how you can make this a top. I forgot the waist beads for both her and Lagoona. Okay, so this one was put in correctly. See how this is like where it needs to be? It's still a little messed up because this tassel is like not dangling because it was squished in. Like, why would you package that? But it has a J for Jinafire and some little jade accents. It's still cute. I'm just like aggravated that I have to fix it. Let's find Lagoona's. I'm also not putting the waist chain / belts on the dolls because Draculaura's isn't fitting right and Jinafire's isn't sitting right because like the tassel is messed up. Lagoona's is the only one that came nice. So just imagine this is on them. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like this started out like I was so like, let's come downstairs and film, let's do this. And now it's just chaos, but we're making it work. We are making it work. So here's Jinafire's hair. I have been told this is Saran. I can tell you that the volume is crazy. Like, she definitely needs a wash for the volume because I just feel like it's like floating. It's like a little, I don't know, like I love voluminous hair, but this isn't giving voluminous on purpose. This is giving like voluminous on accident. If I didn't know this was Saran, I would think it was poly, especially the ends. Like when G3 first came out, Cleo, I believe it was, had treated polypropylene hair, and her hair feels silky and wonderful and nice, even though it's poly. This is Saran, and the ends, at least pre-wash, feel worse than Cleo's hair. Like this feels like better, or sorry, this feels worse than good poly. It still feels better than bad poly, but like this is, I don't know what they did. I don't know if this is just mine and they fried the shit out of her hair, or if this is a very low quality Saran. Like these two do not feel like that. This one feels, I don't know. I'm really sorry, Jinafire. I feel so mean. I'm like looking at her pretty face and saying all these mean things, but here I am. Her earrings though are diabolically gorgeous. Like the cloud with the little drops. That's unreal pretty. I'm obsessed with that. Her face is also very, very gorgeous. I can't decide if I like this better than her core doll, because I feel like her core doll's look was a little bit more dramatic. This one still has a lot of detailing, but the overall effect feels softer. I love them both. I think that they're both absolutely beautiful faces. They're just very different styles, but I think they're super duper sick. Moving on down to the body, she's got like a tank top style shirt. It is like a sort of blurple color with this purpley iridescent reflective foiling laid down on top. It's just flowers, it looks like, which is interesting, but still very cute. I will say I was more enthusiastic about this skirt in the stock photos than I am in real life. I don't know. It's not giving to me what the other two are giving. It's not ugly, but like, it's just not exactly what I was hoping for. But that's okay because we have a second skirt. We've got her tail and her beautiful legs, and like you can really, really see them because in her core doll she had boots, so like all of this was fully covered, so you can really see all the scaling, which I think is lovely. These shoes, so sick, y'all. Like they nailed the shoe game on these dolls. for sure. Color-wise, maybe not with Drac, but like sculpt-wise, these are crazy. However, before I can show you any second outfits, I guess I'll do this while I try to put on her bandana. I have to do that off screen, but I can still be yapping away while I do it. Sorry if it sounds a little further away. I'm a disaster. I think that's very obvious at this point. But I will say, with Jinafire, I don't know if this is like factually true. I'm not going to claim that it is because like I don't know. But I will say that it feels like she's cheaper. Like one thing that I love about G3 is that their bodies feel so sturdy and so secure. Like I'm not afraid to hold them. And like I know like you can make the argument, oh, that's because the G1 dolls are older and like that's why they feel not so great to hold. But they also just are flimsier dolls inherently. Like they are just so thin, you know, like they're so tiny. And that's not me shitting on G1. It's just they are flimsier dolls inherently because of that. And so one thing that I love about G3 is that they feel so sturdy. Like I feel like I can not be rough with them, but I can kind of like wiggle them around and it's okay. She feels not as scary to handle as my G1 dolls, but she doesn't feel like, she feels almost like hollow. I don't know that she is. I'm not making any claims, okay, allegedly. But like when I shake these two dolls, I feel like Jinafire is gonna fucking break. And honestly, even putting these shoes on, I genuinely thought her knee joints might break. Like I was being so careful. So that's just a thing. Just kind of be aware of that. Again, I don't know if that's just mine, if I'm absolutely crazy, but she feels different. If you also have this doll, please let me know in the comments if I'm not crazy, because I feel a little crazy. The top is not topping the way I thought it was going to. The bandana is not bandana-ing the way I thought it was going to. I did have to tie it on her because I guess the Velcro is probably put there perfectly to get it around the head. We'll see, because we're going to try on these two. But yeah, like it's not really cinching the same way. That could be a skill issue. Okay, it could be that it doesn't work with this skirt. I don't know, but I will just say you're going to have to kind of fuss around with this if you want it to look right. But that's all the girls. Sorry, I meant to put Lagoona in timeout too, not just Draculaura. Now I kind of feel mean. But those are all the girls in like their first and a half looks. I'm going to go ahead and change them into their second looks, and then we will see what they've got going on. And then we'll do wrap up. And this video is probably going to be a million years long, but hopefully you guys are having fun. I'll see y'all in a sec. Okay. I have changed everyone into their second outfits. And I'm just like baffled by how disappointed I am. I really was trying so hard to like keep the energy up, y'all, despite that fuck ass spider cricket thing and like, you know, the box, seeing all those tea ties. Like I was trying. And I'm still glad that I have these dolls because thankfully I do like to customize things and like I'm gonna find a way to make these work. But every single one of them has something going on that I'm just like, and it's not just a, oh, I don't like that as much, because that's opinion, you know, like that's subjective and that doesn't matter. Like if I'm like, oh, Jinafire's shoes are ugly, that's not a reason not to buy the doll. If you think they're cute, that's fabulous. I don't think they're ugly. That's just an example. But like there are problems. So let's start with Draculaura. If you've had a G3 doll before, you know that their hands should look like this when you pull them out. Uh-oh. So, the peg to one of her hands, just like, this part just broke. Oh my god, please focus. I'm begging you. And now that's stuck in her hand. Now, I can fix this, because my first ever G3 Draculaura, like the original core G3 Draculaura, did the same thing to me. But it's not a good sign to me that we're having this problem years down the line. You know, like, it's not that it's a good sign if your first wave has that. I'm not trying to say it's ever good, but it's sort of like more understandable if the first wave has it, because like that could be an error that they just like didn't catch, and like, you know, they're working out the kinks. They've made so many of these dolls, this is crazy. That's crazy. I did take all the hands off to get the sweater situations, cardigans on, because they little thumbs and fingers do catch on the fabric, which is understandable. I'm not like genuinely upset about that. I get it. I'm just upset that my hand broke on my Draculaura. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at Draculaura. Thankfully, that was really the only issue with her. So she does have her cardigan on. It's insanely cute. I love these cardigans to death. They're very, very, very pretty. She's got her little corset piece on top. I don't know if I'm convinced with this shirt that it belongs, but I do think it's a great concept. I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm behind on what I need to be posting on Instagram, so I can't promise that this will be soon. But at some point, I will post pictures of these on Instagram in the way that I decide to style them. So either follow me over there or just like check back if you're interested in that, because we're going to have to do some things to fix these girlies up. Then she has her shorts and the bandana. I wouldn't style it like this. I just wanted to show that you can fit it around her hips. It's like a little bit awkward and it might be better a little higher up if you tied it. But I just wanted to show that's how big the bandana is. So you can sort of have it this far down if you wanted to. I'm not, if you think that looks good, that's on you. If that's, personal taste, it's not hurting anybody. But yeah, I just wanted to show that you could do that. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. The shorts are adorable. Like the shorts, full stop, very, very cute. The sunglasses, they're fine. They're not really for me, but that is a subjective thing. That's not an actual issue. So outside the hands, Draculaura is chill. So we can pop her back here. She does have to go in timeout because I think I was probably messing up the focus a little bit. Then let's talk Lagoona. Okay, so she's got her bandana on like the, I guess, most traditional way to wear it, like the way that the Velcro length indicates was intended. What am I even saying, y'all? I'm so cooked. This video has broken me. These sunglasses look sick as hell. I love them. I love them, which is so funny because I really didn't think I was going to like them, but I genuinely think they're so cool. I don't know if I'm going to display them on her because her face is so pretty. But like, I love having that problem. I love being like, wow, these are two pretty things. Whatever shall I choose from? That's a problem I'm good to have. She's also got her little situation on, her little, let's use our words, her cardigan on and her clip-on shirt. The problem with Lagoona starts with her skirt here. This, actually, I'm going to take this off real quick because I feel like it's easier to illustrate if you have like her belly button for reference. This is where the skirt, I feel like, wants to sit. Like this is like the widest point. This is where the waistband sits. But there's not a gusset sewn in here, not like a little thread that they usually have, like a little piece of ribbon or something to keep it from riding up. So the skirt will just ride up all the way if you let it, which bothers me. And then the thing that bothers me more is look at the shoes. Sorry, Jinafire, you're going in timeout too to minimize issues. This is just like loose and floppy around her calf. And like you can heat this up and like fix the shape of it. Okay, like there is a fix for it. I'm not saying that it's unfixable, but like look at I just think it's a little bit crazy that because of the way they chose to package these, this is what happened. Like they could have packaged this better and it would have been not a problem. And not everyone wants to have to heat up their doll shoes to shape correct them. Like I don't even want to do that. Just because I can doesn't mean I want to. And some people don't feel comfortable doing that. And so I think it's a little bit ludicrous that we're getting this situation. Hello. So that's the downsides of Miss Lagoona. I still really like her. Like I still do like things about all these dolls, but they also all have problems and I have to tell you guys about them. So Jinafire. So she's got her glasses on and I will say the glasses pop off. These go so hard. So unreasonably hard. She doesn't have a top on under her shirt because her problem is that her shirt, this particular corset, granted, this could just be me, okay? I don't want to say that every single one's going to be like this, but this is me. The other two went on top of their shirts and I wasn't worried. Like, I do think if you do it over and over and over and over again, you're going to peel off that. Hold on, let me grab this. You're going to peel off this metallic stuff if you keep going over and over and over again, just because that's how that works. It will wear down. But I could get them on without being like, oh shit, I'm about to break something. This top is so tight. I thought I was going to rip her shirt. Like, I genuinely thought I was going to not only scrape off part of the metallic, but I thought I was going to poke a hole in the fabric because this clip-on is so tight. So that's the problem with her, because the whole point is you're supposed to layer it. Thankfully, hers is designed in such a way. I actually think they all technically are, but we're focusing on Jinafire. You can't see anything. She's fully covered. So, like, that's nice that I have the option to have her just wear this, but it really, really aggravates me that I feel like I don't have the option to layer it unless I want to risk ruining the shirt. Like, I'm not being dramatic. I really think I might rip it if I try. So that's not cool. Her skirt, I kind of like bubbled it out a little extra. I do think, like, because the fabric is so stiff, you can sort of finesse it. Like, it can be a little bit longer, or you can like push it up and make it more bubbly. So that I think is nice. I do think that the elastic works well for her. And then here are her shoes. These also, like, they just felt kind of tight. I don't know. There we go. Now that we're in focus. They just felt like a little bit tight to me. They did go on and I didn't break anything. But I still had that sensation of like, ooh, I gotta be careful because I could break something. So that's where we're ending out. Let me get Draculaura's. Actually, no, I'm not going to put her hands back on because since one's broken, I don't want to be putting them on and off. And since I'm going to have to wash her hair and redress her, we're just not going to touch it for now. Final thoughts. I thought this was going to be a lot more positive than it actually is. Full throttle, I would not buy these dolls full price. I love them. I think the designs are incredible. I don't necessarily regret buying them full price. But that being said, if this wasn't the thing that I do and I didn't feel like, oh, you know, I'm impatient, but also I want to make a video and I want to make a timely video, so let me go ahead and buy these dolls. If I had seen a review, because I don't watch reviews for dolls that I know I'm going to buy, because I like to give you my untainted thoughts. If I had seen a review and had seen any of these issues, I would not have paid full price for these dolls. So it's not like quite a regret, but that's just my 2 cents. I would never advise anybody to pay full price for these dolls just after I've seen what I've seen. Some of the stuff is less serious. Like, realistically, Lagoona's skirt riding up is like a more minor issue. The fact that Jinafire feels like she's going to fall apart and this top would have destroyed her other top if I tried to shove it on there, that's not minor. That's a flaw, and it might be a singular flaw. Like, it might not be every Jinafire, but it is at least mine, which means it could be others, or it could be others of the other two. And like, that's not super chill to me. And yeah, like the fact that every single one of them has something wrong. Like, it's not all the same thing wrong, but it's not super. So yeah, I wouldn't ever advise you to pay full price for these dolls. If you have a gift card, a coupon, or you just wait till they go on clearance, that's my advice to you. Don't pay full price. Just in case you have one like mine. Because I think that if these came perfect, I wouldn't be bothered. But now it just feels like I don't really feel safe indicating that they might come perfect. So I wouldn't pay full price for these. When it comes to my least favorite things, Jinafire. I'm so pissed because I was so excited about her, but like, from the hair to the way her body feels lighter to the way that both of her shoes feel tight to the ass top that is like too tight. It's gorgeous, but it's too tight. The quality is just not as good on her. That being said, maybe the actual least favorite thing is the packaging. And I don't mean the design. The design is good. The design is what I wanted. A nice thing, like a nice case that feels like it can display. You can see the doll if you open it up, and you can use it for storage. That is perfect. Like, I think the design for the display, great. Or the case, great. The way things were packaged, from the T-ties and the holes now all over the back, insane. The fact that the dolls still had T-ties in their heads despite not being visible until you purchase and open them, insane. And the fact that so many things were packaged in ways that messed them up. Lagoona's shoes could have been packaged in a way to where this plastic didn't warp and didn't get all messed up. Same thing with, I think it was Draculaura's belt being packaged inside out. Like, hello? So I just think that the way that this stuff was packaged led to like eyesores at best when it comes to the T-ties, to like actual problems at worst. Because again, I don't want to like I feel kind of bad because I feel like I'm being really mean about like the belt or the shoes. But also, again, not everyone wants to or has the capability to fix those things. And you shouldn't have to fix those things. And it's literally just the way that they were packaged. Even out of the bandanas being all wrinkly, they don't have to be. There is plenty of room in this container for them to not be packaged that way. But that's how they were packaged. That's how they chose to package them. And now they're wrinkly. And yeah, you can fix that, but you shouldn't have to fix things when you spend money on them. Like, they should come good. It's one thing if it's like, oh, you know, I wish Jinafire's shoes had some painted detail. I'm going to do that myself. That is like, okay, you know, like maybe for the price, it's like not something you're willing to pay for, but that's more like an extra that you can do. You should not have to fix an inside out belt. Like, it's just so bizarre to me. And yeah, I'm really disappointed with like that aspect of it. Favorite things. I think these cardigans are incredible. I hope we see more of this. I just genuinely think it's so amazing. Lagoona's face and hair. And then the sculpt work. I think the sculpt, I'm not personally as big a fan of Draculaura's glasses, but like, again, that's more subjective. I think the sculpting for the shoes was unreal on most of these shoes. These two glasses are really cool. And all three of these tops, I do think the sculpting is genuinely very, very pretty. So those are my favorites and least favorites. God, I'm so worn out now. This was so much more of a bummer than I thought it was going to be. Now to re-rank. Before, you might have forgotten because I feel like I've been talking for literally an hour. It went Lagoona's favorite, Jinafire's second favorite, Draculaura third favorite. Now I think Draculaura and Jinafire have switched places. Lagoona's still on top. She's incredible. I love Jinafire's design, but there's just so many problems with her that I'm like, oh, it's just bothering me. So I think now it's Lagoona, Draculaura, Jinafire. And I feel mean. I feel bad. But like, I'm not going to glaze these dolls up. Do people say that anymore? I'm not going to lie to y'all and pretend that there's not issues with these. So those are all of my thoughts. Sorry that this wasn't as happy, bouncy fun as I expected it to be. I like am quite upset about that. But hopefully it was helpful to you, right? Like, I always want to entertain, but also the reviews especially are like, I'm hoping that this information is valuable to you guys. So hopefully this helps. After all that, would love to hear your thoughts on these dolls. If you have them also, please let me know if you have any of the problems that I talked about. Like, I really think that that's an important thing to be able to figure out, is if this is just, I got so unlucky, or if any of you guys are also having these issues. Because like, if it's just me, that just sucks for me. But like, it's good to know that most of them are good. But if you guys are having the problems too, then it's like, oh, that's like a widespread thing. So let me know what the situation is there. But I'm finally done talking. Just, you know the drill. Put all your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope you guys were able to get something out of this video, whether it was a laugh in my misery or information or whatever may have you. But I'm going to go. We're going to round it up for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.